Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Monday, December 28th, 2020. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and nice weekend away from maybe work and everything else, and some time well spent with their families. If you haven't been watching the chart, I'm sure you woke up to a bit of a Christmas miracle in your portfolio. Bitcoin managed to pump and I think it tapped 28.5 over the weekend. So there's always that, and we've somehow managed to keep the momentum going. We're currently holding around 27.1. Things are looking mighty frothy in the space, a bit like a Christmas latte from Starbucks. Of course, Ethereum doing similar things, $700 plus pump. These are prices unseen in Ethereum land, I guess, in over 2 years, pretty much almost to the day. December 2017, we saw Ethereum at this price level, so very, very exciting stuff. If we take a look at crypto bubbles, of course, mostly in the green today. Some of the action has spilled over into the alt space. Nothing too major to report from alts. I see some of the bigger gainers. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, some pretty solid double-digit gains almost across the board. DOT up nearly 20% on the day. Kusama up around 17%. Chili's around 16%. I see H-bar. Did I see H-bar earlier? Somewhere on here, but I do see quite a few coins. Algo up 8%. I got that one in mind today. H-bar up 8%. Yeah, things are looking pretty good, pretty green today, and I'm sure our analysts who are joining me right now are gonna go over some of these coins. Alex and Jason, how you guys doing?
Oh, fantastic! It's a beautiful Monday. I mean, last weekend just goes to goes to show you that there ain't no rest for the wicked, man. I mean, you take a weekend off just to spend it with your family, and you wake up on Monday morning to see that everyone and their grandma's bought Bitcoin. So it's a beautiful sight to see if you're holding spot. That's for damn sure.
Well, I mean, I guess it would be an even more beautiful sight if you were holding a leverage long over the weekend too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a give and take, man.
It's true. I hear
Yeah.
there were a lot of leverage shorts that were totally wrecked on CME with this 15% gap or however big this gap
Hmm.
was right here. So CME opened limit up, just completely liquidating a huge swath of traders right here.
Hmm.
So
And
and limit up is over the years, because of various market panics, regulators have installed rules where trading is halted if there's large moves in either direction upon either upon opening or maybe during a particularly strong 15-minute period or something like that. There are a few different rules, but anyway, it was such a big gap up this morning, especially with the liquidations and stuff. The trading was halted for a little while on CME while they market cooled down just a little bit.
Yeah,
So
massive
and
gap.
yeah,
and
so that's quite an interesting thing that happened today with CME.
All right,
Yep. And
so
not being any leveraged positions allowed me to not get an ulcer over the weekend, so I gotta take
Cool.
that. But yeah, things are definitely looking strong here, man. Very interesting that we're still holding support here, especially when we're seeing Bitcoin dominance starting to break. But we'll get into all of that here.
Indeed, we will certainly go into all of that and more. In the meantime, let's take a look over here. Going to switch scene one more time. I think later in the show, of course, we'll get into one of the leading stories currently trending in the space, and of course the price action and an age-old meme: the institutions are coming. So we got this article today, Daily Hodl, talking about a tidal wave of institutions preparing to buy Bitcoin, according to Real Vision's Rao poll. So we will take a look at that in a little bit. And if you're just joining us for the first time in the show, we're going to probably go potentially the full 2 hours. Our show schedule is located right here at the bottom of the screen. First hour, we're going to go from the majors like Bitcoin and Ethereum into the alts, maybe touch on Forex. By the second hour, we'll be looking at chart requests, any AMA content from our audience before we touch on the news and wrap it up. So if you guys do have a request in the live chat, any charts you want us to look at, any questions regarding the markets or trading, be sure to post them. We will be collecting them during the course of the show and getting to them in due time. Let's quickly shout out the audience and see who's in here before I let Alex take it away with his daily analysis. Let's see what we got here. ANCAP Futures was first in the live chat this morning. Shoutouts to ANCAP. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Got A. Michael came in right after him saying he's filling his cup today, so he's getting his daily bread. S. Hyatt says evening all. Hello, Mr. S. Hyatt. Nice to see you. Adachi's here. Jordan Stotts is here. Let's see, who else do we have here? We got York in here, one of our channel supporters. Nice to see you, York. He says, hey all, it's nice to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas. Damian Hughes is in here. Crypto Caveman and other channel supporters here. Saying cheers. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. We did indeed. Who else do we got? B-Flow saying hello. Nice B-Flow. Nice to see you. Ron Legato's in here. Prophet Bear, another channel supporter. Really nice to see Prophet Bear in here. GBU Professor Wally. Oh, it's nice to see Mr. Wally again. Also a channel supporter and a channel mod. So shoutouts to Wally. Haven't seen you in a few days. Hope you had a nice Christmas. Brandon Green. Here we go. A couple hateful comments, but guys, you're gonna have to live with it. John loved the show. Says hope everybody, hope everyone is safe. Hope everyone's keeping safe in this crazy world. I can remember buying ETH for this money a couple years back. Indeed, I think I did too. I think I also bought ETH at December highs a few years ago. Isn't it crazy how things kind of come around full circle? Let's see, Prophet Bear.
And now you want to buy again.
Indeed, if you're not familiar, the FOMO is real at this point, judging by what the Ethereum breakout's looking like, but we'll get into that shortly. Last few people shouted out. We got Valk Mike in here saying hello. Nice hash login in here. Malu Pips, haven't seen you before, but welcome to the channel. Jezzacoin is here saying, what's up, everyone? Happy New Year. Bitcoin to 30K. Yeah, boy, that's what we're doing. Going to 30K and then beyond. And finally...
Doesn't seem so ridiculous now.
It doesn't seem so crazy at all. Who would have thought, eh? Even a few months ago.
Like, oh, 30 grand? Come on, you're dreaming. Pipe dream, man. Yeah, well, we're 30 grand away.
even the mega bulls, I'm sure among us were thinking 30K's in the cards for 2021, but I'm sure few of us could have foreseen 30K back, let's say, even as early as October. So. Let's see your last couple names. Alex Meyer saying hello from South Africa. Oh, shoutouts to Alex Meyer in South Africa. And finally, Rob G saying hi. So shoutouts to Rob G.
I have to go use the little boy's room.
All right, you do that. And Jason and I are going to get the show kicked off. Come right back when you can. All right, everybody, shout it out. Everything looks good on stream. Let us know if the audio levels are coming in good. You hear everybody good, because I'm about to also fire the Muzak. Stand by. And might as well change scenes real quick while I'm at it. Here we go. Press play over here. All right, perfect. All right, music is playing. The audience is chatting. It's a winter wonderland outside. I don't know about you guys. We had a nice dump of snow where I am, so it's basically a white Christmas over here. Things are looking pretty good, and my portfolio looking wonderful as well. Jason, how about you? Any snow over there in Chi-Town?
Actually, I'm debating right now on whether to leave for home today or not, because apparently there's quite a storm coming in and I don't want to end up driving through it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's actually been pretty lax weather, pretty windy, but not too, just little flurries and stuff like that. But in Iowa, we got pounded before I even left, so I'm sure I'll be returning to a white Christmas in Iowa.
RK just showed up in the chat. RK says, talk about the parabolic. High school geometry needs to reprint their textbooks. Yeah, this is like redefining the term parabolic. As far as markets are concerned, it really is looking so nice. When you kind of pull back and look at it from a higher time frame, things are going bonkers. In some sense, it does leave someone with a bit of trepidation. You got to wonder if we're gonna see a sharp decline from here. You know, is there a huge correction due? When you do look at those higher time frames, it certainly does look you know, prime for major pullback, but who knows, maybe we'll never get it. If we do, might not come till we hit 45K or higher. Something we a little bit of a thesis we described in last week's show. But Alex, you're back. I've got you on screen. I'll let you guys take it away, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on the live chat. Again, guys, if you have any requests, any charts you want us to look at, drop them during the course of the show. I will be making notes of them, but take it away, boys.
Huh?
Up and away.
Yeah, up and away. Things are just bullish.
Mm-hmm. It's times like this when you want to overanalyze and look for things and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, it's just bullish, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bitcoin looks bullish here. You know, we're facing this this trend-based fib resistance that we pointed out a couple weeks or so ago, but it's not necessarily strong long-term resistance. We may not even necessarily reverse here, but it is nonetheless resistance that we're facing in this spot. So
we were talking about that 28K range too last week.
We should be getting a 4-hour continuation signal here in about by the end of the show. I guess it remains to be seen what's going to happen with this candle. But overall, I would say that this is probably a break. Earn it.
Every time that gets me.
I'd say right now this.
You need to wait for that close.
This is a break of trend.
Hey, Jack, is he cutting out for you?
Yeah, he is. Hey, Alex, you.
I guess is the real question. So,
Alex, you're.
why don't I pop out and pop back in? Just one moment.
Yeah. Your connection's breaking up a little bit. No big deal. But you might need to refresh a little bit. There he goes. He's back again.
There you go.
Fingers crossed.
Let's try that. Is this better?
So far, so good. Let's keep rolling.
Fantastic. Problem solved. So yeah, continuation signal here, possibly on the 4-hour. Not much momentum or volatility to speak of yet. It's okay. You don't necessarily need it for a continuation signal.
But you do need to wait for it to close because a lot can happen in an hour and 43 minutes.
Yeah. So what is happening with Bitcoin and the alts? As far as Bitcoin dominance, we've hit pretty major long-term resistance here. As you can see, this is the resistance that Bitcoin dominance hit back in August. We had this long alt season, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it looks like we're getting a bit of a trend break here on the dailies. So for now, at least, alts look like the better choice. And you can see that reflected in a lot of the various alt charts. So
and just crypto bubbles.
Yeah, so huge end to the week on Bitcoin. And then as this week is starting, we're getting a pullback in dominance, which means more money is rushing into alts after Bitcoin had, a very big
meteoric rise.
Very big week and a half, 2 weeks right there. Mm-hmm. And we can look at it one way as this is people taking profit out of Bitcoin and putting it into alts, which are a little oversold against Bitcoin. Or, the market coming to a little bit more of an equilibrium. But let's take a look at those alt charts. So, Uniswap coins, new high. If we close the day like this at all, then this is a PTP long signal on the Uniswap perp contract, and most likely a long signal on Uniswap coins as a whole. Let's turn off the baseline here so we can actually see price. Okay, fantastic. So boom, we're finally going to be breaking over this big area of resistance / support. This is good. I expect us to kind of head towards this area right here, consolidation area. Dragon perp, I believe we are still underneath the baseline on this. Turn it back on. Yep. For now, we also don't have any kind of signal right here. Yeah. So basically Asian related coins, not there, but DeFi is almost there. We don't have
no longer a triple top. Come on.
Nope. Now it's an inverted head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could you even call it that? Because the shoulders are bigger than the head.
I think it's just a sideways
guess
consolidation.
It could be. Maybe this is a rectangle something. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's clearly something that's going on here.
it's beginning to be bullish.
Yeah, I agree. Price is looking very bullish here. I mean, we had 3 tries here, and we did not break this support right here.
Mhm.
And we said this was going to be our support area, and it held. So hey, DeFi coins looking very good here. Privacy coins breaking out into new highs today. Nothing to complain about. We're in XMR. We're also, as far as DeFi goes, we're in synthetics.
Which has just been a banger lately.
Exchange coins today, as you can see, they are off to the races. I put up a BNB long for us. BNB looking fantastic on the weekly here. Let me turn off our baseline here, and we're not going to see it. Look at that, guys. So we have a rising, well, I guess an ascending triangle right here.
Mhm.
We break the resistance. We retest it last week. It holds. We close back above resistance, and we take off. That's it, guys. BNB is off to the races right now. I put up a long for the group. You can see on the weekly chart. What's that? Hello. That looks like a very nice weekly buy signal. Don't you think so? I mean, look at how many weeks we've gone down here on BNB compared to, and maybe it's only 2 or 3 weeks that BNB is stronger than
I think Alex is breaking up again.
back up to here. But that's still a trend, isn't it? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but it was a little patchy through there. Just giving you a little
Are you
heads.
sure? It sounded like someone had a chainsaw in the background.
That would have been Jason, but no, you were coming in a little patchy. You know, maybe tell the kids to turn off the Fortnite or something. But okay, yeah, you might be okay for now. Let's keep rolling. I think he's breaking up. Oh boy, trouble, boys.
We are losing connection. Alex, where are you?
So yeah, looking at this chart here.
Damn.
Damn, he's gone, boys. That's it.
He's gonna.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Give him a minute. Give him a minute, everybody.
Testing.
Oh,
Yep, you're
looks
back.
like you're back.
All better?
So far so good. Yep. Our apologies,
Okay.
everyone, but you know how it goes. Sometimes the internet can be a little spotty, especially with the winter months. All that snow falling seems to mess with those Wi-Fi networks. But let's continue.
Yep. I blame winter.
There you go.
Yep.
Winter's coming.
Link looking pretty nice in this spot. So you guys may not remember, we got all these yellow lines here from fib levels. Let's see. I think this is how we did it. No, stop it.
Stop
I'm
it.
sorry, guys. I'm not.
Too much eggnog over the weekend. It'll do that to you.
Okay, I guess I don't remember how I made those lines after all. You'll just have to take my word for it that that is an important support level that we have just bounced off of. So this looks very nice here on Link. On the dailies, you can see we made a huge low over the course of last week. We retested it over the weekend. Now we're getting a very nice daily signal here.
which would match up nicely with what we're seeing on Bitcoin dominance and stuff like that, with other alt pairs beginning to pick back up within their BTC pairing. So that might be a good thing to look at for Link BTC on it catching back up with the BTC pairings as Bitcoin dominance begins to wean here.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what we should look at, guys, is alts. We should look and see which alts look the best right now. I was talking to someone yesterday on it was on another server or something like that, and they said that in their eyes, this was a time of maximum opportunity in alts. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but it does look at least as if we could get a couple weeks of reversal here for alts against Bitcoin, because I showed you the BNB chart. Alts are pretty oversold again versus Bitcoin. I mean, there's just, so far beyond the average. Usually there's at least a technical correction where buyers step in for a little bit, even if those buyers end up getting creamed by sellers again.
And there's only very few cases where it's not the case that the pairing is just way oversold.
Yeah, it's all down forever, and it's never all down forever. It's like it's never all up forever, unfortunately, either. So I think this is a very interesting looking trade here. And also, look at where we're getting the signal. We're getting it off of long-term support right here. So it makes sense. There's a sense to it. Okay. Tell you what, let's run through the Bitcoin pairings, because we wanna look at coins that are strong because we know Bitcoin is strong anyway. Do you have a circular saw in the background?
That's what I said. I do apologize for that. The people in the basement of the house that I'm in are currently working on finishing the basement. So yeah, you're probably hearing a circular saw every once in a while.
Okay, I'm not going crazy.
Nope. Your hearing is spot on, my friend.
All right.
That is a circular saw.
It's like, it's very circular saw-esque.
Yeah, I can tell by the pitch it's a 10-inch blade.
Yep. Old Jack over here.
Aave actually looks super rough here versus Bitcoin, doesn't it? Or excuse me, this is the USDT pair, but this still looks a little rough in this spot.
Yeah, that looks. Like
I would actually. But when you look at it on the daily, this actually looks kind of nice. I would still say I wouldn't want this until we made a new high.
Yeah, I want more evidence that it looks like it's going to be a swing failure at that point. You just don't know.
Yeah, especially because, you could look at this and say, all right, fine, we completed this. With this big wick down. It's completed. We're done. We move up. But, normally, we trade down just a little bit before we move on.
Yeah, and one could kind of, I guess you could loosely see some maybe type C bullish divergence on the last chart that you were on, because it was two similar lows, but the oscillator wasn't.
Agreed. Winx is looking phenomenal here. Let me undo this. Fix the size of the chart. Okay, now let's do this. There we go. It's a signal. It's the daily signal. Well, actually, no. We are not above zero on our oscillator, but I still might take the signal. This is still very nice. I like this break of the downtrend with a break above our baseline.
You're breaking a lot of historical trends right there. So. Yeah,
exactly. Sorry, I just can't get over your.
They're doing a great job. Okay.
All right, good. And also, if we look at the even longer term trend, so we've broken the stronger downtrend here, and this is the longer term downtrend. We should be breaking that soon, but that's the resistance that we're facing at the moment. Let's reset this chart. Okay, so overall, I think Winx is looking good here. I'm looking at DeFi first, guys, because DeFi are probably going to be the strong ones. Sushi. See, Sushi had the same thing that Aave had, right?
Looks exactly.
Yeah. So, no long signal here. But I will admit, the buyback on this...
Pretty sinister, yeah.
I mean, if you got to think, if there was anybody who needed their bags filled down here, they had to have gotten them filled, right? That's what this big buyback is. I guess we'll see. If we break back above the baseline here, we'll also be making a new high, and then that will be a very nice long signal for sushi. But until we make that, we'll just, there's just not enough. We just don't have any kind of confirmation. Wada's not firing, not above the baseline. Nothing to do with serum here. And we're still below the baseline. This does look nice, but we don't have any kind of signal yet. No signal yet here on Sol. I heard that Kin, the Kick token, just moved to the Solana blockchain last week, actually. Or was it last month? Anyway, very recently. So I know there's a lot of people getting used to the Solana blockchain right now. Meta putting in a nice daily buy signal here, but we're still not over the baseline. Oh, that does look pretty nice right here. If we just get any kind of break, you'd want to buy instantly, right? This is a very strong downtrend.
Break and close above.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does look interesting right there.
Yeah, those are very diligent construction workers.
Oh, dude, they're cranking it out down there. Yeah. 2,500 square foot that they're flooring right now.
I hear Damien Hughes in the live chat saying, I don't hear the saw. Well, I imagine you probably did by now, Damien, so it'll let us know if it's a little too obnoxious, but
my fault, guys. I'm trying. It's either you get this or you get nothing.
See,
Dot made a new high today. Most likely, it's just gone. If you're looking for a pullback, I wouldn't look for a pullback much below 550. If you're kicking yourself, you're probably kicking yourself as much as I am right now. Yeah, it's gone. I think it's a very strong weekly signal. Look at that. We're breaking over the final weekly high. Now we've got a full week still. Like this candle just started, but it's still a pretty nice candle. Avalanche just not there yet. Potentially, this is a good spot to pick up curve. We don't have any kind of signal yet, but this is a nice retest of the low right here. Just kind of came back down and tested this area. Rune, super strong continuation signal here on the daily. Well, actually, we don't have a strong continuation signal, but I still consider this very strong price action.
That reminds me a lot of DeFi perp right there.
It does. It's very DeFi perp-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Tomo. Tomo. Looking very nice here. Nice break of the, I guess this is the daily trend that we're seeing right here. Yeah, it's daily trend. Holding it solid. Holding it down. Ren USDT. This is more the daily trend, or is that the 3-day trend? Let's take it. Anyway, as you can see, this is very bullishly inclined right now. And depending on how you want to draw the trend, we're either under it, we could be over it. But overall, we're above several strong baselines. So ZRX still below the daily baseline.
Getting there.
Maker, I put a long up for us yesterday. As you can see, we're kind of climbing along right now. This is a trade that's in progress. I have no idea what's going to go on with Maker. As you can see, Maker has a long history of not doing much. This is Maker Bitcoin. But I did just put up a Maker signal yesterday, so we'll see if it was a good choice.
Yay!
Yep.
Catching bottoms.
Yep. I would consider this, this is all ready to go for YFI right here. We retested this support area that we had talked about before. I think we're ready to go. You might want to wait for a break of this downtrend. This downtrend. But overall, I would be looking for a test of 36,000 at this point for Wi-Fi. So that's a nice 50% move. Uniswap token looks kind of good.
That's almost a full signal.
I was checking out Uni last night. Things are looking pretty good on that one. I'm glad I held on to those tokens.
Synthetic, not looking super hot here. That stinks. I put on a long right over here, so we could get stopped out of this one, guys. We'll see. Comp finding support, no signal here. Nice reversal potential. Meta we looked at. Balancer.
That's a full signal at the end of the day.
No volatility.
I don't know on yesterday's candle. Yep, you're right.
And DeFi perp we talked about. Looks nice, but we don't have volatility for a primary signal. All right, so guys, it's like an overview of DeFi. Most of them look pretty good, except for the ones that have not made a big low. Those still kind of look eh. Why don't we look at some comments for a sec?
Yep, good idea. I noticed quite a few people mentioning they didn't hear the saw. I guess that's for the best.
Yeah, there was one in there that they had to have heard.
Well, there's one I think they did. There was finally one chop that finally came through. That I think got everybody's
heard around the world.
Yes, indeed. All right, let me take a quick look. I do have a series of requests here. Let me see if there's any interesting comments I can quickly look through. Quite a few requests officially at this point.
Finally, alt chart requests make sense.
Right.
For weeks I've been like, nope, don't do it. Don't do it.
I see one here talking about Atom USDT, and I was actually just looking at that. Let's pop that one up there because Atom does look like it is primed.
Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. Weekly. Potential weekly signal.
And now look at the corresponding USDT pair. So I think that we're gonna.
It's a very nice consolidation triangle we're in. I don't think we have.
It would be have to wait.
We may have a daily signal.
You'll have to wait to the end of the day with volatility, but shocking.
Yeah, momentum is high enough.
Yeah, it's shocking with that candle size that you don't have enough momentum.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Still a lot of time left in the day.
Okay, yeah. Just nothing much to do yet with Atom. We don't have a strong enough WADA signal for us to take a primary signal here. But it does look good. It's just still consolidating. Yeah. What's next?
Alright, shoutouts to Michael for the Atom USDT request. But indeed, let's start plugging away at some of these. I'm sure our audience is anxious to take a look at. What do we got first? Michael, talking about cover. You know what? This is a joke about cover. He didn't really mean it. He said he had a big bag of cover, but I gave it back in the end. I making a little joke about the cover hacker who ended up returning the bag. You were talking about it this
Yeah.
morning, so.
Oh man, we should show everybody that chart. If you haven't seen Cover Protocol this morning,
Yeah, put it up.
Looks a little XRP reminiscent. Hiya!
so Cover got hacked last night, and essentially they created some kind of infinite mint function, and then staked the infinitely mint tokens, which allowed them to unstake real Cover tokens. And then
the old bait and switch.
Yeah.
Reminds me
So-
of what's the movie where Indiana Jones, where he has to pick up the skull and then put another one to perfectly weigh it.
That's the very first one. That's Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes of Indiana Jones.
That's what I feel like they did here.
All right. So yes, Cover Protocol. The funds were returned to them. They say they're going to make a new contract, which is a shame because I was actually going to buy Cover really low. It's like, oh well, the funds are returned. Chances are a lot of the value of this is going to come back into it. But because they said they're going to take a snapshot from before the hack and then redistribute funds based on the new chain, just don't buy any. It looks like it's going to go back to the way it was on the new contract. Well, it'll probably be a new chart, but it'll probably go back to the price it was. There's not going to be that opportunity, which is a shame.
There's many more out there.
Rest in peace to the cover bags in that case. But yes, Michael, good joke on the cover. Moving along to the next one. B-Flow asking
That is a
for
good joke.
B-Flow asking for UNN. What's UNN?
Union Protocol. Okay, it's definitely.
Start doing things. I need the correct contract address, won't we?
Man, there's so many different contracts for the same thing.
Some of these are scams.
What do you
Sometimes
mean?
that
95%.
Let me see if I can. Will this tell me the
Whoa.
contract?
sometimes that best effort search I find to be decently accurate.
Nope. It's the one. I'm pretty sure this is the one. All I can say for sure is, hey, look, this downtrend is broken. I don't have much more data beyond that.
Yeah.
If you're in this, it's not a bad place to be in it down here versus up here. But there's not much more to say about it than that. I guess I like that sellers are running out of volume here, and then buyers step back in. But again, we just don't have much to work with here.
It's a gamble.
Yeah. I wish I had more to say on it, but it's just a brand new token, so buyer beware.
Alright, keep an eye on that one. Thank you to B-Flow for the request. Let's move into the next one. What do we got here? This one comes from T-Dub. He's asking for the BNB BTC pairing, which I think we kind of covered if I'm not mistaken. Did we look at Binance versus Bitcoin pairing?
We looked at it. It looks really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks primed, so maybe that came in before we actually looked at it, so that was kind of covered. Let's move along. Payham Darian says, what is the unit of measure of open interest on BB? Is that breaking Bitcoin? If it says 978 million, what is that in dollars? Do you know what he's talking about? The unit of measure on open interest on BB? What's the BB? What's the open interest measure? Is he talking about an indicator?
I'm afraid I don't.
BB.
Open interest on BB.
On Bybit, maybe?
Bybit, yes, that's probably what it is. What is the unit of measure for open interest Bybit? If it says 978 million, what is that? Well, if it's 978 million, no, maybe that's that can't be.
That's in dollars
That
because the
must be in
contracts
dollars.
are in dollars.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
in
got to be in
dollars.
They're all made
dollars.
in the dollar.
Yeah, $1 billion of open interest on the platform sounds about right because it sure as hell is at 978 million BTC, so probably $1 billion, a big Billy. So hopefully that covers Payham's question. That's what the open interest refers to. Let's keep looking here. Okay, next one comes from Peckham08. He says he just bought 500 euro. Is that euros? Is that pounds? I think that's pounds. 500 pounds of XTZ, just bought at 207. So let's take a look at Tezos. I hear Tezos is doing things today.
It's looking pretty nice here. Let's get rid of this line right here. We've broken this, the strongest part of the downtrend, but there's still, man, this is a pretty it's a pretty strong overall downtrend, but we could get a few days of pump out of it at least. We could retest this area up here. As far as
It's another one of those alts that, I mean, just keeps going down.
yeah, because I mean we could come back up all the way up here and still remain in a larger scale
Bearish trend, yeah.
downtrend with Bitcoin here. Man, that wall.
Dude, they're so far away. I can't believe you guys can hear it. I'm in like a closed room. Like, I can't believe it's as loud as it is.
Might have to enable that push to talk. You're distracting the shit out of Alex, apparently.
No, it's funny to me. It's funny. That's all. It's not super loud, so I mean I'm not annoyed by it.
It's just a very unique noise.
Yeah.
Chewy asks, does Tezos even have a use? I think it's a competing smart contract platform. I think most of these smart contract platforms that are in Ethereum are basically looking for a place in this world.
Yeah. No signal for us. Woo! No signal for us here on XTZ USDT yet. Below the baseline, nothing not to do on WADA. Our oscillator's not above zero. Yeah. What's next?
Alright, shoutouts to Peckham08 for the Tezos tip. Moving along. This one also comes from Peckham08. VeChain just paid for Christmas on Christmas Eve and Boxing Day. Damn. Shabba.
I bought myself a little vet yesterday as well at 62 sats.
So it looks like the edge of our long-term pitchfork is holding solid here. That's kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
Look like on I'd say this is a pretty strong break of the downtrend. Okay, well not that downtrend, but
Yeah, I sold 50% of that position at 72 sats.
I would consider that a strong reaction off this bottom. With this spot being this spot right here, you see. So we got resistance here, finding support here. We'll zoom in on a lower time frame. You see, boom. That's this line right here that we were looking at on the 3-day. So resistance, support, and then we're getting dynamic support from our pitchfork as well here. So good for VeChain, the Bitcoin pairing. As far as the USDT, it's hard to argue.
Looking strong.
Okay, that covers it for VeChain. With that said, I do see Altilli exchange being brought up repeatedly by who's been mentioning Adachi in the live chat, saying, "Have you guys talked about Altilli yet? Are you guys familiar with the Altilli exchange?"
I am not.
I don't know what it's pronounced. I call it Altilli. All right, yo, Jason, you're breathing into the mic like crazy, bro. I gotta back it off.
What's that?
Yeah, dude. Is the mic inside of your mouth?
Not even close. About 5 inches away.
Back it up. Well, everybody's car radios, but let's take a look here. Altilli exchange hacking. What happened 12 hours ago? Yeah, I heard something about this today. The thing is, like, this is kind of an obscure exchange, so I don't know too much about it. But apparently, the Altilli, the exchanger, shouldn't have done something, some kind of compromise of an exchange. I don't know how much coins are now being stolen. Don't know too much about it. I'd probably have to dive into it on Twitter because there really isn't too much information here. If Adachi, if you have anything interesting, drop it in the live chat or DM me on Discord. I'll bring it up if there's any kind of critical info that we need to get out there to the audience. But again, kind of an obscure exchange. I don't think anybody here in our circle is probably going to be too vulnerable to it, but my condolences if you have been punked by Altilli. With that said, I'll do some research in the background, but let's move into the next one. This one comes from Profit Bear. He says, I want to see the CRO USD. I think we are close to the new bottom. A new bottom, eh? That's just what I want to hear. Like crypto.com bags.
Oh, you could be right.
Is it time to get that purple card?
Well, I think they just changed the staking cost, though. It's too late now. It's increased all the price. So,
have you been cuddling with your card since you got it there, Jack?
Yeah, I was showing it off all Christmas. It was pretty sweet.
You're like, look, it's purple!
And metal!
Purple.
Hell yeah.
Watch me load money onto this credit card.
It took me 2 years to get it. I hope you love it as much as we love you having it.
Really sweet.
Oh, we do love it.
Lie.
It's sweet.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice if we can just get Crow to recover back over this kind of support level right here. So support here, breakthrough, resistance. We're still underneath this area right here. So kind of like the 6 to 7 cents range. If we can make it back over that, then I think that's very bullish. I would hate to get bullish on Crow too soon because of its history of long trends.
Mm-hmm. And untapped liquidity down there.
Yeah. So in the same way we moved sideways here but kept going upwards, we could move sideways downwards here more. But, I mean, this is a nice area for a bounce. This is the previous high. So over here, high here, low here. Mm-hmm. Anyway, as to your point, man, it's possible, but we don't have a signal right now, so there's nothing we're going to do with it.
Yeah, can't do much with it, but maybe it'll give you some something to keep you, something to hold you over, maybe, and not dump your Crow bags overboard. All right, next request. Thank you to Profit Bear for the CRO. Moving along. Actually, hold on. Let me cover something I just saw here. Let me jump to this one first. It was someone asking, did we cover the cover story yet? Yeah, we did. Who was it and what did they say? But yeah, we covered cover about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, the protocol got compromised. I think the hacker returned the funds, but now I think they're gonna have to like restart the project, something to that effect. To do rewind a few minutes, and we did cover that a little bit. So if you had cover, show these are some of the risks we're dealing with in this space. Always vulnerable to exploits and issues in code, and very clever people looking to exploit liquidity pools. So there's always always this type of risk, particularly in the new coins and the DeFi projects. These things are pretty elaborate contracts that are have a lot of, I guess, attack
They're
vectors.
brand new.
Yep, new stuff, uncharted territory, and not this stuff still needs to be fleshed out. Maybe best practices and stuff that these developers still need to follow and all that. But this is what it is, right? As somebody says here, Damon Hughes, Pectin, will you be searching for your 10x's in the Uniswap micros? Indeed, when you're hunting these 10x's in Uniswap micros, one of the risks you take for those outsized 10x rewards is you're dabbling in small cap cryptos that are fairly new, fairly fresh, that are vulnerable to these types of attacks.
Pump and dump.
So you don't think 10x comes that easy. Don't think it comes without risk. No, it does. It comes with risks, such as what happened to Cover and other coins in the last year. There's been a long line of of exploits
People
in
getting
DeFi.
yammed.
Indeed. All right. With that said, hitting crypto, ask for BTC USDT. You might have to go right back to the beginning, hitting crypto info. We did cover BTC USDT right at the beginning of the show. Try to rewind into the first 10 minutes or so. You should certainly find it in there. Okay.
Well, whatever you're looking at, Alex, just doesn't seem to want to not go up.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hot list on Chartex, and so this is Celsius. Yeah, this one has like no pullbacks. Look right here; they try and pull it back. There's one pullback. See anything I don't recognize here?
Is it covers down 90%?
Yeah. Keeper looks interesting for a pullback here.
So you're saying she ain't a keeper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, through a big sell-off like that, you usually get a little bit more follow through. Never buy the first bounce.
Interesting. What's this UMix? Whoa.
It's doing well. It's only a month old about.
That's not too bad. This is a nice little 2x. What's next on the list? Sorry, I just like
no problem.
like using these features.
No problem at all.
I keep seeing a lot of ZIL BTC.
Yeah, let's take a look at ZIL BTC. I just saw a request come in from T-Dub for ZIL. We can jump to that one for now.
Hey, how are you?
Ooh. This kind of feels like we may be due for a little bit of a pullback in this spot. And maybe not even like a full pullback. We could like start to trade sideways here. But this has been a very strong movement. What's the 3-day look like? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There's no strong resistance right above us. We would have to be in this area.
I mean, if you go back to that 12-hour chart that you were looking at, I mean, you definitely, if you get a close above that current, you get that little pullback there and it closes positive on this, I think that's a continuation.
Okay, yeah. I think it'll just depend on the 12-hour and the daily close.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's not time to jump ship yet.
Yeah, because the group is still in this trade, correct?
No.
I believe it.
No pump so hard that we hit all three take profits at once.
No, can't argue with that.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not still in it because the trade's over.
Because we got 17% out of it.
Beautiful.
It was more. I think it was like 23% or so.
Wow. Well, congrats to everybody who took that one, and shout outs to the analysts that make it possible. And of course, the whales who pump our bags in the background. Okay. I hope.
Thank you. Silent whales.
Hopefully that covers the ZIL BTC request. Let me get back to the list that we were working on.
I love this person's comment. Tomislav Uroric, I believe. It's EOS is the next king. Can you check? Am I wrong? Let's look at King EOS.
EOS did look interesting, at least.
Oh, it might be getting a reversal.
Yeah.
But how you go from that chart to gonna be king is hilarious.
consider this a break of the stronger portion of the downtrend here.
Oh man, I really do think we are gonna.
We're starting to get bullish divergences here on EOS Bitcoin, but it's just not necessarily there yet. EOS USDT. Still below the baseline here. Nothing for us to do on this one yet.
Make
I know
sure
you're
you,
probably joking, but for what it's worth, it's just not ready yet.
yeah, make sure you're patient with that one right there, because if that thing closes like this, it's still quite bearish in my opinion. I think you're just getting a nice a retracement back up to the baseline, and then you'll get a sell-off again. So make sure you're not trying to front run any of these, because you might be punished for it. At least that's just the way I trade, because I like to protect my capital.
Don't forget, guys, there's opportunity cost. If you pick something that isn't ready to pump, there's lots of other things that might pump while you're waiting.
Opportunity cost.
All right,
And
that
that's
covers.
usually what wrecks a lot of traders is they get scared, like see something else moving, they ditch their bag of this and they go buy that, and then they see that what they were holding started moving, and then they get rid of that, and then just keep flip-flopping around. You can't do that.
Well, that's a different problem, but that's like an equivalent problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's many different problems, but yeah, even when I first started, I had an issue with that, and I realized real quick that I need to stop this, otherwise this is going to bankrupt me.
All right, speaking of Ethereum killers,
When you have bankruptcy.
let's take a look at Polkadot, please, coming from Jake Rezio in the live chat.
We did
All
look
right.
at that.
Did we?
We looked at it briefly. Yeah. It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
Looking super strong. I mean, you just got to wait for a pullback at this point. Don't buy a green candle like this, guys.
Your best hope is like a pullback to maybe 550. I wouldn't expect a pullback farther than that. What's next?
Okay, thank you, Jake Rezio. Moving along. Peckham asking for CD Project Red, given that the only chart that matters. There's an update coming January to finish the game. All right, let's just quickly humor him. It's called CDPR, I believe, is the ticker. And I'm not gonna lie, this game's pretty good.
All these charts got me thinking of Kid Cudi's Up and Away.
I think this is well, I mean, you certainly could not pick this up with a PTP system, but
Yes.
I think if you were going to buy something near a bottom, this is like a good time to try and capture a reversal to the mean.
I mean, even looking at that, I think you could bring it right where you're. Yeah, you could bring it at least up to there. I think that would be a minimum of a movement up to old resistance. I think that if you're looking to catch knives, I mean, that's definitely a reversal I'd be looking at. But yeah, as for PTP structure, that's just way too overextended.
Yeah, we're not anywhere close to being. But if you're a capable reversal trader, then yeah, I think it makes sense, and I think you could take it all the way up to 330, which is not an insubstantial move.
Oh, 20%?
Yeah,
if you're complaining about 20%, there's something wrong with you.
I think sales are still strong for their game, and like you mentioned, there's an update coming that will hopefully fix some of the issues that are being widely reported. Personally, I've been plowing through the game. I haven't really come across too many game-breaking bugs. Hasn't even crashed on me once. So
Talking about Cyberpunk?
Yeah, Cyberpunk is.
How big is your game penis?
Super big, dude. My EP is off the charts at this point.
Yeah, you went with the large one, huh?
Yeah,
I'm just the kind of guy that went with the extra small one because I feel like my confidence will over exude anything.
I haven't actually got to any of the scenes where you actually use it, but okay.
He's like, I made my penis extra small in the game, unlike real life.
Yeah, because life is it's been hard, man.
It's hard buying pants. Ugh.
Alright, speaking of catching dramatic reversals, let's just get into the next one, and this one's going to be XRP. I see a lot of chatter in the live chat concerning XRP.
It's amazing what the XRP army can deal with and still come back.
There's a few people asking for it. It's almost hard to pick out who, but T-Dub says XRP has bit me a few times. I do see GB Professor Wally saying XRP USD is something I'm watching closely. I had a bit of a bag. I dollar cost averaged twice since then, and then the SEC news hit, and I'm still looking to catch a turnaround. So my condolences.
That's the thing,
to
man.
the
We could get a
boys.
buyback on it. I mean, we've seen weirder things happen. It's
We could still fall more, guys.
Mhm.
Under ordinary circumstances, I would agree this is starting to look pretty oversold here. But I do know that there are more and more exchanges and stuff that are dumping XRP. I know Coinbase is considering what to do. Another market maker, I think, ceased doing it overnight last night. So I don't know what effects that may have on the market. Like, do these people, when they stop, do they dump it onto the market?
Yeah, they're liquidating it into Bitcoin. Is it being?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just admit to I don't know how it works exactly. But for that reason, I'm not. 28 cents could still be an excellent price for XRP. I don't know. But it just seems like too much of a gamble. I seriously, I have no idea what's going to happen, and I don't understand the situation well enough to have any kind of guess.
And it's important to understand that this is not a typical situation
Yeah.
as well. Like, this is something that can drive just insane movements in the market. And I mean, you asked, like, we don't really know what these exchanges that are saying they're delisting are doing, but I mean, the evidence would be that a lot of people are liquidating those positions back into something else besides XRP, because look at the amount of value it lost in period of time. Whether that continues or not is really not even up to fundamentals anymore. It's just whether it survives or not.
You know, there's only one coin with any sort of history, and it's Kin. We were talking about it earlier. It's Kin. It's the only other coin that's been sued by the SEC for the same thing, unregistered securities.
Mhm.
And we can see what happens to it. Yes, there's an initial big drop, but it also keeps dropping for months afterwards. It went to like less than
Can you pull that up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because if we have any kind of examples in the market, we might as well look at them.
How about this? Let's use CoinTrader.
Looks like the walls are bleeding.
Let's do USDT. This is it basically got pegged to one sat. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry.
Can.
What's the date? June 4th, 2019. Today sued. All right, June 4th, 2019.
I was gonna say, I would think it would be right in that little area.
All right, so here, it's this day right here. This is June 4th. We have this huge drop that day.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit of consolidation, like we're building right now, and a pop up, and then a big sell off again.
Yeah, keep in mind, we do continue to sell off for 2 more months. For a total of... No, I don't want day rate jump. That's another 30% before it gets that bounce that everybody who bought here is expecting. Like, we'll probably retest this area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we did eventually. But then, until the SEC lawsuit is settled, we drop a full
80%.
Well, we'll start from there. Basically, 90% from when the lawsuit is filed to what date's the end? October 22nd, 2020.
Right there. What a coincidence.
I think I actually started pumping a day beforehand. The news got out a couple days beforehand. And then this is October 22nd right here. So, yeah.
Insider buyers.
So, my point was to people who believe in XRP and believe that it will make it through the lawsuit. Okay, cool. But that does not mean that the market will continue to have faith and that price will survive the long drawn out SEC lawsuit. If it is long drawn out, I mean, that was only a year-long lawsuit for Kin, and you saw what happened to it.
Mm-hmm. And the other important thing to realize is whether you can handle it. Because like people wanting to get it, like, oh, I think XRP is going to be a good buy here. They see it pop up a little bit, like, yeah, I'm going to hold on to this, and it dumps another 30 to 40%. Like, are they able to stay in that mentally? Because a lot of these people are position sizing correctly. They don't understand that a long-term bag is much different than trading. And I mean, like we always say, like the market can remain irrational much longer than you can remain solvent.
Yeah, one thing I have faith in is the XRP army, so I think they might have some of the strongest hands in the game. So in terms of the mental stability, I wouldn't count them out. XRP army is a dedicated bunch. Agency says XRP will be labeled as a security, then will list on traditional exchanges. Tether is not going to be around. The space still hasn't recognized the devastation at an ethos level that is the Stable Act. Yeah, that Stable Act that's being floated in Congress looks like it's gonna spell trouble for the likes of USDT. S-Hyde says he's buying XRP up at the 10-cent range, and GB Wally says, I figure once the SEC issue is handled, penalties paid, lawsuit dropped, Ripple goes out of country, doesn't matter. Then XLP will finally be labeled and then come back. Alright. He sees potential for XRP to get out of the rut. Alright, so I think we've said enough on the XRP front. Let me see what we have lined up next. We still have quite a few requests we ought to get through. Who do we have next? We looked at that one. Okay, Wook Chu asking for Cosmos. Can we take a quick look at Cosmos, guys?
Yeah, we did look at Atom.
Oh, Cosmos is Atom. Alright.
Yep.
Next try.
Gotcha.
Trying to get me.
Well, in that case, shout outs to Wook Chewy. Moving along into the next one. Let's not waste any more time. B-Flow says, nice little Pampanucci Dondata on the Algo USDT, please.
Algo.
First, let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. Ooh, potentially juicy.
This is where BTC pairs catch up. Bitcoin just goes sideways here for a little bit longer.
We are not there yet with regards to the baseline. I do see you guys had to have heard that one, right?
Chop chop.
I didn't even hear it.
Whatever.
They're doing a wonderful job.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Still use chop saws.
Taking the bionic saw to the charts.
Algo, Bitcoin has potential.
And we're ripping right through them.
Algo USDT, not there yet. We don't have the volatility or the momentum. But this is very similar to that DeFi chart that we're talking about. So.
Yep. Same pattern.
Yep. So overall, I would say that it's bullish in the same way that all these other similar tokens are bullish. You might just want to buy DeFi perp and just hold a basket of that. I'm not sure which ones are going to take off more versus which other ones. The next.
All right, moving into the next one. Let's get these through. I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting patiently to get their analysis on screen. Let's have a look. Gaming Hughes, Falcon Swap looks like a nice rounded bottom. Godspeed, indeed. I saw a bit of chatter in the live chat surrounding Falcon Swaps. Take a quick look. Alex lives near a ripper dock. Good one. Although that'd be Jason in this case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I still want to pull back on Falcon Swap. It still feels like we're at resistance, even though we made a new high here. Well, I mean, we have broken this trend, even though we made a new high. Do we... this trend maybe...
For me, you just have to wait on that. You have to wait for more evidence.
We don't even really... I guess this is probably a signal, but we don't have... I just don't feel comfortable about it in this spot right here. I would really like to see it pull back to like maybe 12 cents.
I'm with you on that one.
But I agree, Falcon Swap does look good.
Alright, looks like our audience is on to something. Keep your eyes on the Falcon Swap, guys. Personally, I'll be buying Star Fox coin. But moving along. Next one comes...
Sloopy all the way.
Yeah, exactly. See, we got ideas here for the next few tickers to take over the space.
Yeah.
Crypto Caveman asks for Acro USDT, please. AKRO.
Acro.
Mm.
You could get a reaction off that support level, but that looks very weak to me.
Yeah, there's nothing really to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Still turned out on our oscillator too.
Let it do its thing and check back in on it later.
Nothing to do.
Alright, not much to be said for Acro, but if anybody is feeling generous today, go and pump Crypto Caveman's Acro bags for me, please, and thank you. Moving along.
When's the last time we looked at BCH? That's been a hot minute.
Okay.
Take a look at BCH. That came from A. Michael.
Yep.
Well, we're getting this nice bullish divergence.
That might be a full signal today.
Kind of bouncing around on this line right here. You could take it up here. I think it could do well against Bitcoin in the way a lot of the alts look like they might do well against Bitcoin right here. But we don't have a signal yet. We're not above 0. We don't have the volatility. And we're just starting to break above the baseline right now. It's not there yet. And then as far as the USDT pair, I imagine it's going to...
Be a little better, yeah.
Yeah, this is starting to take off.
Yeah, it looks like it's firing. Turned up above your TT there.
We could probably take a continuation long later tonight.
Yeah, WADA's confirmed and looks okay, man. It's above the baseline. BCH might be, due to pump. A little of that Bitcoin magic might spill over to the other Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, if you know how markets work, it kind of has to. It doesn't necessarily have to be now, but at some point we're going to get a reversal and Bitcoin dominance for sure.
All right.
What's that?
Let's let's start closing it down. We're heading towards the last home stretch. Actually, only been going 1 hour 20 minutes. Not bad. Still a bit of time left to get through a few of these requests. Let me just find where I left off on this list. And here we go. This one comes from Floyd, and he's asking, what do we make of GRT?
Good.
It's a new coin. Don't know much about it.
Yeah, like this was the darling of 2 weekends ago. It sure looks like a promising project. Maybe people are probably still wondering if they can board this
Get rich
train.
off it.
Could have long-term potential, guys. Although I think it's already in the top 25 on crypto market cap.
Cool. Looks a little weak in this spot.
I was gonna say, I think that looks weak.
Kind of just stuck under resistance right now. I would look to try and pick it up maybe around 27 cents.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lower low for sure.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. A little bit more pullback here.
That doesn't look like a bottom to me.
What's next?
B-Flow says EGLD USDT is putting up a fight.
This reminds me a little bit of sushi in a sense, because we've got this breakdown from rising wedge, and then we're already breaking back above the baseline. This could be, that could be it for the pullback here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that might even be stronger because if I remember correctly, sushi was pretty well below it.
Yeah,
Its baseline.
well, no, we had a real buyback. It was Abe that was farther below.
Oh, yep. But they all look very similar.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like we might see a bit more sideways here on eGold before we just take off. But I agree with you that it doesn't look too bad. We're holding. We might have broken this stronger trend, but we're still holding. No, we're not holding this trend. Well, at least we're holding this weaker third trend.
Yeah, so far.
Well, that looks not very helpful on the weekly. Yeah, there's nothing to do yet for us here, except keep our eyes on it. If we get like a nice cross up and signal starts coming through, then there'll be something that we can do. But for now, it's nothing.
Did you guys hear that Hex is absolutely mooning right now?
Is it?
That's what I just heard from the chat from AJI.
Let's take a look then. It's confirmed, or are we just fake news?
All right, let's pollute our viewers' eyeballs with him.
Let's pollute their eyeballs.
Yeah, looks like it's making a move.
Yeah. I would look to take it probably to maybe 1 cent.
Congratulations, Hex Hodlers.
Indeed.
What's next?
I guess Richard Hart gets the last laugh after all. Let's. But
He gets a lot of laughs. I think he got every laugh along the way.
Right.
He got the first laugh. He got the middle laugh.
Are we
He
done?
got second laugh. He got second breakfast laugh.
Zil BTC, I think we did that one already. Yep. And this one comes from a 06. Can you guys take a look at DCR USD daily weekly, please? So that's Decred on the weekly and the daily, please.
Decred had a hell of a wick, if I remember correctly. Oh, no. What am I thinking of?
Interesting. So DCR has traded sideways against Bitcoin for the last month.
That
So
actually looks
the
strong.
USDT pairing has gained a lot. This is like basically all Bitcoin, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had here. There we go. It's a little bit more data.
Data. Coming up on a shelf of resistance here.
I would suggest that if you're in it, great, but there's not much to do right at this moment. I would keep your eyes on this trend. If we stay above it, good. If we start to break back below it, I would look for a retest of maybe $20, maybe 25, 27. This general area. See, there's a lot of consolidation here. A lot of consolidation here. Whoops. Let's have a nice point of control in this spot.
Great run on Decred though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the run is the USDT run, so it's really a run on Bitcoin.
Yeah, but you also have to look at it in the sense that DCR BTC did not nearly take the hits that a lot of these others have been taking lately. It's been trading sideways, so you're seeing gains in the USDT as well. I mean, it's
okay. I think that's a really good point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because it's definitely an outlier in consideration to all the other Bitcoin pairings that we've been looking at.
All right. What's next on our list?
All right, very nice. Let's move into the final few requests we still have left. Not too many to go. Next one comes from, we did XRP. I might save this one for later. This one comes from Wook Chewy, Myth BTC, MITH.
I think that we both put out positions on that.
I know. I got pushed out of it.
Oh, you did?
Yep. Oh, you son of...
Let's revisit that, assuming it's not too traumatic.
I entered us here, and then I had to stop us out here.
Yeah.
And then
I
look what
you
did.
Quickly, but regretting that could have let that run a little further. But sometimes you just get stopped out of break even.
Well, we got this very brief exit signal. It's like, well, okay, we got the exit signal. I definitely don't want to keep us in here if we're, because there were all these wicks up, and I was like, well, just take my lumps. But
and if you don't have any rules, then you're gonna keep doing this over and over and over again, going, oh, I'm gonna hold this one, or I'm gonna keep this one and not let go of this one. Like, you just have to have a certain set of rules to where if it happens, you gotta let it go, and if it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way.
It's a shame, but yeah, I agree. Myth looked really good, and it came through. This is like a 100% move.
Mm-hmm. It's like 100%.
And yeah, I do think Myth might have a long way to go before. Oh my god! It's on a log chart too. Even on a log chart, it's too small to see. Maybe Myth finally found its bottom. This is an interesting, but we still don't have a higher low. I would love a new higher low.
Makes you want to learn a little bit more about it, because I know nothing about Myth, and it clearly is having a better time than a lot of the other coins.
Well, I mean, maybe today it has been.
Well, no, I mean, look at the daily chart compared to all the other Bitcoin daily charts. I mean, it's been a nice steady rise instead of the big pump and dump sell-offs. I mean, we had nice steady instead of just, one big wick through everything.
Okay, I guess I see your point.
Like pull up Yo-Yo BTC. I'm not sure what it looks like now, but yeah, see that? Like, see how it had sustained growth, and then all of a sudden you just had that giant sell-off. So, I mean, you might be about to experience something like that with Myth. So, I mean, trying to catch that movement right now might not be the best idea.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm always interested when I see closes like that on the daily, because usually it's just a wick.
What's next on our list, Jack?
All right, whoa, slow down with that microphone there. What do we got next? We have the last few that are going to take us across the line. This one comes from AJ. Can we look at BTBT? I bought this morning at the open, and it's 2x to its all-time highs.
BT, what BTT, or you said BT?
BT.
BTBT.
Bit Digital.
Bit Digital.
Whoa! What a day!
Wowza.
What a day to pick to buy this.
He bought it near. He said he bought it where?
He says he bought it this morning at the open. I may have to go back on the hourly or something.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Can you give me
if he bought it
your
today at the open,
informant?
then I presume he bought it here at $6.
Right?
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd probably just keep holding on to it. That's a really great candle for continuation. What do we have? Dang it!
Every time.
Ah!
Now you're getting it.
Just stop, please, man.
Just falling apart.
I like this trend line more.
I like that right there.
This makes more
That,
sense.
that bottom part's an outlier.
Yeah, man, we broke up. We broke up from this rising wedge. This looks. Let's take this as a measured move.
Well, that would be some cause for concern.
We'll take that up to roughly $14 or so, like that. So the measured move would take us into a new high, where maybe we'll consolidate, maybe we'll just break through or something. But yeah, that's how you would play it. So enjoy, buddy. Congratulations.
Yep, nice snag, bud. You
Mhm.
gotta let me in to whoever you know that's giving you that kind of info.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your inside info, buddy?
Yeah, tell
Yep.
us.
Nice pickup on BTBT, aka Bit Digital, the New York headquartered Bitcoin mining company. So
Looking for some of that Martha Stewart insider information.
So it's one way to get exposure to Bitcoin, I suppose, by proxy through a Bitcoin mining stock. So it is. Shout outs to AJ. He says he already sold half. Thanks and so much. And he was tipped off by Twitter. Yes, Twitter, the home of hot stock tips. Your results may vary.
We should take a look at TRX BTC, because I think I did see that Justin Sun posted something about big news coming tomorrow. You know how he always does that.
He announces announcements, yeah.
Yeah, something big coming to TRX. Let's take a quick look at Tron. Has it responded to that?
Not quite yet.
Whole lot of nothing.
Not quite
Yeah,
yet.
it's not there yet. I imagine. I imagine we probably will break up here, but yeah, we don't have any kind of daily signal or anything like that.
No, I just wanted to look at it real quick because it's always funny when Justin Sun puts out something, because I mean, if you look at it, it does correlate to pumps.
Yeah, he certainly scored one way back over here when he talked about DeFi, doing DeFi stuff.
Mm-hmm. That was right after the whole Doge TikTok thing, right?
Indeed.
That was a couple months afterwards, I think. But it was in the middle of alt season. It worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, can't really fault the guy. It works.
Okay, here's one that came in a little earlier from ANCAP Futures. He says, can I get your opinion on some of these ETFs? He lists quite a few of them, so He says, take your pick. No need to go over all of these. I just want to hear your opinion. So I'm going to list off a few that he mentions, Alex, and you tell me which ones you want to pick. RJF, Plow, GLUU, Google, SBUX, JJM, JJC. That's it. Let me know if you want to
Well,
repeat them again.
Xbox and Starbucks, right? That's not an ETF. Well, they made a new. This chart looks phenomenal.
Yeah, resting above.
So we make a new all-time high, we retest it, and post a humongous bullish divergence while doing so.
Mm-hmm. Closing and completing it on today.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I think you could probably.
Apparently, the world's super bullish on expensive coffee right now.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe because the holiday season. I don't know. Is anybody actually leaving their house to buy Starbucks?
Right? Like, or maybe they're just getting so good with the home deliveries now. I'm not even sure.
Anyway, if you're looking, if you just bought it or you're holding it or something, keep holding it. If you're looking for something to buy coming up, this actually looks really good. We have a nice little break it down trend here. What can I say? There's everything looks a go.
A go?
Sorry, my everything looks a go here.
Yeah, Starbucks looks good.
Where's our baseline?
A little shocking seeing that. Yeah, I don't imagine that the office morning coffee crowd is as busy as it once was, but maybe there's something here I'm not seeing.
Yeah, everyone finds a way
We
to.
don't have a PTP signal, by the way, but I still like this.
I hear that Starbucks is coming up with a new app that you can go into, and it pours coffee out of the old earphone hole.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, right?
It's about time they put that to use.
It just spills in your pocket all the time. Yeah, that is surprising to me.
Starbucks, RFJ or JF.
Raymond James Financial.
It kind of feel like we're holding strong here. We don't have a signal yet, but I kind of like how sideways we're trading because we're not trading downward.
Yeah, you're not making lower lows.
Yeah. I feel like there's just not much for us to do here right now, but the weekly is starting to turn strong, and if we close the weekly up like this, then it's probably just going to go parabolic. Because we'll have we'll be breaking this long time resistance right here.
You was gonna say you could have made that one line, bud.
Okay. Can you list off to me a couple of the other things? I'll look at it real quick.
Google, I think you said.
Yep, Google, GLUU, Plow, JJM, JJC.
Google needs a couple more days, but it could be a continuation here.
Yeah, it could be. Well, this is the weekly, so what's the day look like?
Oh.
I'm still not ready.
Nope.
Yeah, right now we're below the daily baseline, and we're not there, but it could be good if we can get back above it. So there's Goog, and then there's Glue. This looks rough.
Pretty hard rejection.
Get out.
Yep, swing. That's a swing failure.
Yeah, get out of there. Yep, we're just at long-term resistance right now. Why? There we go. Okay, what's next?
Plow?
Oh, Mr. Plow. That's my name.
That's
His
what I was
name
talking.
again is Mr.
Mr.
So does he want Douglas Dynamics or Plow Token?
Well, he was talking about ETFs and stuff, so I would assume he's talking about Douglas Dynamics.
Oh, all right. This looks ready to break up right here. Let's take a look at it on the daily.
Ooh, almost there. You need a little bit more to get above that baseline, though.
Yeah, we're almost there for a signal right here. I like this on the weekly. This looks very, very strong. I think I'd like to see a retest of this area of resistance support. Come up here to maybe $47, $50, somewhere in that range. Peg that. All right, let's move on.
If you're still interested in covering the last few for ANCAP, he's got JJM and JJC on this list, and that'll have to be it. That name again is Mr. Plow, says GB Professor Wally.
Yeah,
La
baby.
Resistance,
Who
says
doesn't like the
B-Flow.
Simpsons?
Kiss my asphalt.
Whoa.
Yeah, this feels ready to continue. There's no continuation signal yet. We're still underneath the daily baseline. We really held this baseline here for most of November and December. I would just keep my eyes on it for right now, but it does look pretty good. JJC less good. Still underneath the daily baseline. I guess this is roughly the same. They're just like off by 1% or so. Same story. As long as we're below the daily baseline, I'm not interested in it. But if we cross back above it, then this is copper subindex. Yeah, if we cross back above this, then then I'm interested. But until then, I'm just gonna hold off. Jack?
Yep, sorry about that. Okay, Mr. ANCAP Futures, it's been a pleasure. Glad we could power through all those requests. Don't forget us at Christmas time. Okay, that basically covers my list. Maybe just a few left that are coming in right now into the live chat.
We'll look at that, and if we have time, we'll take a glance at Forex, then we'll call it.
For sure. I see one here about one chain, WAN chain, is that, and waves? WAN.
Walton chain.
One.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was.
it's kind of rough in this spot to me. I mean, we might have had a recovery today, but we just made a new all-time low this past week. You guys, I mean, look at that on the weekly. You guys know how I feel about buying stuff at an all-time low. Yeah, maybe it's the perfect spot for a reversal, but every other time it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, if you think, oh, hey, we made a new all-time low, and then we just kept going, we kept going, and we bounced, and then, hey, we made new lows, and we bounced, and then, hey, we're making new lows. I don't know, guys. I would just advise to you that there's coins that are showing strength. Why not go for the ones that are showing strength?
That reminds me, I remembered which coin it was. Look up DLT BTC.
Okay. Data, lettuce, and tomato.
Yep.
You're welcome, kiddo.
That wick. I had us in DLT, but we ended up getting stopped out of it. But look at that wick.
Wow, that looks like an exit pump.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, usually you see these things just go crazy wick and then get sold all the way back into. You rarely see them continue to close up like they were with like Myth and Yo-Yo and stuff like that. Usually you just see just a big old exit scam.
Okay. I'll be done in like 15 minutes, okay, Kyrie? Apparently, a kid at school hurt their finger, but it's okay because she got some gum. It's the simple pleasures in life, guys. What's next on our agenda?
Okay, we are kind of having to head to the wrap. Excuse me, but I did see one come in here from RK, and this does relate to another few requests we saw earlier. Now, we did cover Bitcoin much earlier in the show, but just to kind of give RK the courtesy of this request. RK asks, is the BTC USD 4-hour continuation long signal still looking like it's on?
Hold on.
I
will say that
I'm
Ethereum
gonna say
4-hour
yes.
looks
Based off price right now and what I was looking at, the 4-hour continuation is a solid signal still. You have 15 minutes till close.
Yes, it is a continuation signal. It's not one that I want to take. We just don't have any momentum or volatility here right now.
Mhm.
And then we're still below the 3-hour baseline here. I am just
Continuations are tough.
Yeah. I would prefer that we have more I would prefer that we just have a bit more confirmation for a 4-hour long, especially because we're in a daily long right now. So to me, it's like adding on more risk.
Yeah, and it could just negate a lot of the work you did just holding through that long.
Do we have a 4-hour long posted to the group or something, or?
No. We were talking about it at the beginning of the show. We said that by the end of the show, we would know whether or not there was going to be a signal in.
Gotcha.
And we did hold this spot. So.
Well, it looks like
15 minutes till close.
Indeed. All right. Finally, David Rice. Shoutouts to David Rice. Merry Christmas, by the way, David. Haven't seen you in a few days. And
I saw Fun was having a good day.
David Rice does point out that the DLT you just talked about was pumped by a pump and dump group, so buyer beware.
Almost had us in it.
All right. We do have to kind of start rewinding this one down, guys. So if we're going to do one final request, it's going to have to be this one for God is Black. Wow, you guys didn't do Cardano yet. Did we do Cardano? I don't know if we did.
I don't think we
All
did.
right, final request, guys.
Cardano did have a pretty big day.
I was going to say, considering privacy coins are doing well.
Cardano's not a privacy.
What is Cardano again? I
It's
swear.
Ethereum Killer, smart contract platform,
that's
Ethereum
right.
Killer on the horizon.
Attaboy. Chinese.
I would say that there is not much for us to do here on ADA Bitcoin yet. We could be getting a reversal. This is not a bad spot to look for a reversal. As you can see, we've got a nice point of control here that we've revisited. Some nice wicks into it. ADA USDT could be giving us a signal at the end of today. We don't have enough momentum, but we do have enough volatility and everything, so this could be a signal that we could take. This is just so similar to other signals that we're in right now. But I do see your point. I think ADA is starting to look strong, especially it's starting to look as if it could reverse against Bitcoin. We may need another couple days for confirmation, but ADA is really something to keep our eyes on. It's had a really strong downtrend. Ooh. Now, if our weekly, darn it, our weekly closes anything up like this, if we don't close down this week, that's it. That's a go signal for ADA USDT.
I feel like that's going to be a lot of them at the end of this week, man.
And so this is a strong downtrend that we've had versus Bitcoin right here. So, hey, if we reverse off of essentially this spot right here, it makes a lot of sense to me. It could be the end of the downtrend. Just like we have here for ETH Bitcoin. This retest of the local point of control. Break above it, come back down, retest it, continuation.
Yeah, it seems like alt season is percolating. A lot of these coins are looking poised to make a breakout over the next few weeks and months ahead. If, of course, this alt season does come into fruition.
Mm.
You're getting
This
super
market
close.
looks so amazing here right now, guys. Look at Ethereum on the
I was
weekly.
gonna say, I was just about to point out that you're getting super close to TP1.
Ethereum looks like it's seriously about to go parabolic.
Yep, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a
Little
real
overdue.
laggard this weekend every time I've been checking because Bitcoin's just been ripping, but Ethereum's been pretty conservative. So maybe it's time for Ethereum to take its turn.
You know, I said after we broke $600, 800 was the next resistance. But when you look at it like this, it almost looks like it won't be any resistance at all.
Oh yeah, it just could chop right through.
Yep. Well,
Exciting times
all right,
for Ethereum.
let's get ready to wrap it up.
All right, guys,
Any
that's
news
it.
you want to tackle here, Jack?
Yeah, maybe I'll quickly review this story here. I do see a new user just joined the live chat, CMBM. He says Reef Finance. Unfortunately, we're kind of, well, if
We'll do
Alex
Reef
is feeling
real quick.
super
Yeah, I was gonna
generous.
say,
This
Alex
is
is feeling generous? That's weird.
this is a new project that I think recently launched on the Binance Launchpad. I think launched a
Oh,
few
it's
days
super
ago.
fun,
It's
yeah.
a polka dot project that's coming to Binance Launchpad. So this looks hella promising. Let's see what we know about Reef.
I think if this is the right contract address, then it looks great. Maybe this is the contract address?
Maybe try TradingView, and it should be a Binance coin. I would say maybe it's not on Uniswap because it is a Polkadot, unless it's an IOU. It could be an IOU, but I think it's a Polkadot
No, we're
based
looking at it.
project.
It's just, maybe this isn't it.
Look it up for you though.
Well, what can I say, man? No matter which way you look at it, there's just way too little data for us to tell you anything about it.
Yep, fresh launch. Got it. I have to look at its market cap and all that, see where we're sitting at. Looks like a hot new project. Not a lot of data to work with, guys, but we'll keep our eye on Reef. Certainly seems to have debuted a lot of fanfare on the Binance Launchpad. So we will keep our eye on it, but I don't think there's too much to say about Reef Finance right now. All right. Any further thoughts, Alex, or are we ready to begin to wrap this?
Nope. Let's wrap it.
I think we did
Okay.
a good job of covering everything.
Indeed, we did. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly hop into a news item here. Oh yes, in fact, I have to highlight one thing, and that came from Peckham. He says, I just want to say I appreciate the effort over the year, guys. I hope Santa delivered that gift I sent. Hope you knock out the park again. Dear viewers, check out the Discord for tipping your bartenders. Indeed, so Peckham 08 did send us a bit of a Christmas tip. Had a little surprise in the old Christmas stocking this
Much
year.
obliged, my
Yeah,
friend.
much appreciated, man.
Yep, so
Yeah,
shout
Way
outs.
more appreciated than you realize.
Shout outs to Peckham 08. Thank you so much for your crypto present this year and contributing to the crypto tip jar. I do appreciate that. I'll just bring that to the attention of the audience. If you guys haven't seen this yet, let me quickly pull it up.
Just let us know that we're helping you make money out there, because that's the goal.
Precisely what we're looking for. Alright, just put this up on screen. This is a little promotional special opportunity for our audience to say thank you to our beloved analyst. We're calling this a Breaking Bitcoin Christmas, and it's the holiday season show that your favorite analyst, well, show the analyst how much you care this holiday season. donate your very special crypto gift to one of our addresses listed in the Discord. So if anybody wants to say thank you to Alex or Jason for all the amazing signals and other analysis that they've posted over the course of this year, if these guys have made you money and you feel no extra generous, no obligation, of course, you can hop in our Discord, check out the announcements channel. We've got a Bitcoin and Ethereum address listed in there. You can feel free to tip these boys a little something this year and say thank you. So once again, no obligation, but thank you so much to everyone who's contributed so far, including Peckham08. So much love to everyone.
Also to B-Flow for the $10 super chat he just sent.
Indeed, $10 super chat just came in from B-Flow. Wonderful, just a straight $10, no comment. Wonderful, thank you so much, B-Flow. We do appreciate it.
We got you. All them bottom feeder signals.
All right, that kind of covers it. Now, one last thing before we move to wrap. Let me see here. I gotta pull this up. Let's go here and let's hide this. And got this on screen. Center it. This one comes, of course, from the Daily Hodl. Let me maximize the screen here. And tidal wave institutions are prepared to buy Bitcoin. This, of course, says Raoul Pal, one of the big Bitcoin proponents in our space. So macro investor and Real Vision co-founder Raoul Pal says a wave of institutional investors are prepared to buy Bitcoin. In a new interview, Pal says just about every advisor he's talked to is set to enter the market, and the approval of a Bitcoin ETF would be a game changer. So he says Bitcoin is the best performing asset class of all time, period. Over 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, or something crazy. We've never seen an asset like this before.
No contest.
Man, this guy really knows how to get the investor juices flowing. We haven't yet got the institutions into this. They're all coming into it, though. I know that they are because I'm speaking to them all. I just got off the phone with the largest investment advisor firm in the U.S. Their founders teaching as many investment advisors as he possibly can why Bitcoin, and but they can't invest yet because there's no ETF. But the moment it comes, these guys have $5 trillion in assets amongst the U.S. investment advisor community in the U.S. alone. And if they were to put 10 basis points in that, that's $5 billion immediately. But chances are it's going to be much more because it's a very fast-moving asset. The former Goldman Sachs fund manager says that the demand for Bitcoin, partially aided by huge companies like Square's Cash App, PayPal, Grayscale Trust, is dwarfing the supply in an unprecedented way. I've never seen anything like the skewed risk-reward currently in Bitcoin. It's crazy. Meanwhile, the supply can't adjust, and everybody's taking their coins off exchange and putting them in storage because they also expect their price to rise further. There's literally no supply. Well, maybe not literally, but I'm sure there is one way of looking at it. Out of the Square Cash App and PayPal, they're pretty much taking all of the mined supply of Bitcoin off the market every day. And then we got the Grayscale Trust and everybody else. The only answer is for the price to go up, way up. Yeah, this is this is one of the best cheerleaders.
Like we've been saying that forever, and now all of a sudden this guy says it, and everyone's on board.
Nah, he's been a long-time cheerleader in the space, so God bless Raoul Pal. He does a great job pumping our bags. But yeah, it's extremely important to, like he says, to spread the word amongst this investment advisor class, to explain to them why Bitcoin. Indeed, it's very important for people to get behind Bitcoin, and there come a point where the massive exponential gains are gonna be up and over with, and we're still gonna have to find a way to extol the virtues of a Bitcoin without, of course, telling people, well, this thing's gonna pump 1,000x over the next decade.
Yeah, without being a shiller.
Yeah, exactly, because there's going to come a point in time where Bitcoin does plateau, and it's not all about degenerate gains and unreasonable expectations. Bitcoin will still be a very important asset to buy up, much in the way gold is and precious metals are, right? No one's expecting gold to necessarily 10 or 100x anytime soon, but it's still considered a safe place to put your money. And that's the thing with Bitcoin. Value. Bitcoin has, indeed, it's going to have this virtue of store value, but at the same time, in the meantime, in the interim, amazing opportunity to make major gains because yeah, the reality is this asset is drying up. There's more and more people are hoarding it. It's very much something that gets taken off exchanges and just held, and there's a dedicated Bitcoin following that just wants to hold, right? And in this case, yeah, the supply is going to dry up. We know how supply and demand works. Institutions are going to pile in, and there's just only so much BTC to go around. So you'll probably see a lot more
And
micro strategies.
when you start getting that much money flooding into the market, like if we really got like that much sitting on the sidelines and an ETF does get created and they even get like a half of that, like 2.5 trillion, people always tend to forget about all those Bitcoins that were mined in like 09 and 10 and 12 and shit that got lost. I mean, do we really have a good solid number on how many of those are really gone forever? So we could see price spikes much higher than anyone anticipates.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Satoshi coins we can presume might never be unlocked or moved, right? That's 5% of the supply right there. And not to, yeah, you're right. The million or more coins that were likely lost to time and to the early days, and even
I
to
bet
this
it's more
day,
than a million.
a lot of coins still getting lost, still getting destroyed, or at least the keys
People
to them are.
losing
The
their
coins themselves
hard
don't go.
wallets.
Yeah, people lose those coins. They, you know, stuff happens, right? And so yeah, indeed, we might even overestimate the real supply still remaining out there. It is an incredibly scarce asset, and most of us hoard it. And it's just another demonstration why, you know, the whole micropayments, the transactional currency narrative that Bcash pushes, and other cryptos push. It's not in the cards for something that's got the tokenomics of Bitcoin. It really isn't. You know, it's clearly meant to be hoarded and stored like gold. And yeah, don't you know, don't. I don't think we've made any mistakes along the way by keeping the block size debate and all that the way we did. So the chips have clearly fallen a certain way, and that's the Bitcoin narrative, guys. Currently dipping below 27,000, but still expecting further upside.
I wasn't worried at 3,000.
Dude is so Raw Paul's sketch. Dude is a Soros neophyte. Good points. But the man is still an excellent, you know, cheerleader and bag pumper as far as I'm concerned. It's all about capital flow. Says God is black. It's gonna stop flowing soon. It may, but all signs point to the capital flows coming in, while the supply, or at least the available supply on the books, continuing to contract. All right. With that said, let the miter saw get the last word in on the show, and I think that about covers it for today, guys. I'm sure there's other things popping off in the news, but I think we've covered it. We've gone pretty much exactly 2 hours, so we're perfectly wrapped up today, like a nice Christmas present. And more XRP delisted, trading being halted and delisted across various exchanges I'm seeing. So we are going to be keeping an eye on the ongoing XRP debacle. Let's see here. Yep, lots of XRP FUD in the news, but nothing too crazy flashing across the news desk just yet. So I'm going to move to wrap. All right, much love to our audience. Thank you to everybody who joined us today for another wonderful episode of Breaking Bitcoin. We're going to be back tomorrow for a Tuesday episode of Breaking Bitcoin. Only a few days left in the year, so it's been nice to close.
Strap on your hats, boys. It's going to be a hell of a week, I think.
Alex, any final words? You want to blow a kiss to the audience and say thank you for everything?
What? He gone.
Oh, he gone. All right, Alex at the dip, but that's all good, guys. Much love. The dollar is not evil. Your libertarians are too much. BTC economy is hell on earth. Is God is Black agency or something? Because this dude is definitely on. You know, I totally agree with much of God is Black's, and I don't think that fiat money or central banking is evil by any means, and I don't think Bitcoin is any threat to central banking or to the fiat dollar. Really, I think they're going to learn to coexist with each other. And indeed, if anything, Bitcoin might actually the Bitcoin economy is hell on earth. You know what? I think agency would agree with you, and I, to a great degree, do as well. I don't think, the Bitcoin economy, if we did, for instance, move away from central banking and fiat money printing into something like a Bitcoin-fueled economy, that would be a world, an economy marked with austerity and contraction, and it would be degenerate. It would be degen. It wouldn't be growth. It would be contraction. And this is why, indeed, a lot of the libertarians and the central bank poo-pooers, I don't think they've got everything kind of. I don't think they have everything kind of put together just right. Yeah, Agency's a super smart dude. He's one of the guys in our community. Smart guy, and indeed, you got to think outside the box. It's not all libertarian thinking, guys. There is something to the modern monetary theory. Central banking is a powerful tool for civilization. I guess it's just important who wields it. Not so much as destroy it, but yeah, if we're gonna, I don't want to get too conspiratorial. We got to wrap the show, but indeed, it seems if there's one thing the New World Order has in mind for us, it is maybe an era of what do they call sustainable development. Yeah, that whole keyword, SD, the SDFs, all that. That really doesn't spell anything good for us, guys. This whole environmental push that's really here to drive us toward neo-feudalism and basically a really, I guess, impoverished quality of life.
Way to leave it on a good note, Jack.
Well, it's okay. We're going to pump our bags. Bitcoin's going to make us rich. We're heading toward a cyberpunk future. I'm going to be a local baron in my neck of the woods. The peasants are going to have to live on...
I'm gonna stay on your manor.
Indeed. Well, we're gonna maybe break off and start our own breakaway civilization with our fat crypto gains and bags. We'll tap Elon for the rockets, and we'll plot a course to somewhere on the moon or
make our own Death Star.
Yeah, precisely. All right, guys, it's been a good one. Not to get too derailed. Alex, since you came back, I'll let you have the last word before I hit the stream ending.
Pardon?
Last words to you.
Say your goodbyes.
Say your goodbyes. Last words to you.
Everybody trade safely. Also looking really nicely here. Just keep your eyes on the charts, guys.
Mm-hmm. I think that between me and Alex, there might be some interesting alt calls tonight. So we're definitely gonna be checking in on those closer to market close. So stay tuned for that.
Much love, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye, folks.